Pledge of Allegiance. I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Have a moment of silence, please. Roll call. Andrea?
Council President Stiriz.
Here.
Councilor Schneider.
Here.
Councilor Stickley.
Here.
Councilor Chamberlin.
Happy to be here.
And Councilor Stiriz.
Here.
We have 5 members present. We have a quorum.
Thank you. Council has had time to go over the prior meetings, minutes of council meeting and committee of the whole meeting from May 16th. We'll move on these minutes.
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes. Second.
The arrow. Okay. Motion to approve the prior meeting's minutes moved by Council President Stiriz and seconded by Councilor Stickley. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries.
As of today, we have had no individuals wishing to address council or any of the topics, so we're going to move on to committee reports. And the first one was Tree Commission, and Rick is not here. It states on the agenda he didn't think there was any movement, but when reading the minutes, there was one vote that took place. So they are going to have, or we will have another council meeting before they have another meeting for the Tree Commission. So I guess I'm asking council to wait until our next council meeting at the 1st of June to go over it and have Rick have the opportunity to go over it. So let's move on to Finance Committee. Steve?
On Tuesday, May 14th, 3 p.m., Finance Committee met to discuss adjusting some department head wages that were held off on until some other things were decided upon. Mayor Huner suggested some raises for Department of Finance, Director of Public Service, and the Police Chief, and that the total for all those raises would be $5,698. After a brief discussion, the Finance Committee voted 3-0 to go ahead with those wage increases. Second item was wellness budget. Jamie had said that the Wellness Committee was created about 2.5 years ago, but it did not have a budget. She would like to be able to offer incentives or additional funds in an HSA account or money towards office visits. Could possibly save us some money in the long run with healthier employees. So we decided to create a $5,000 wellness committee budget, and that also passed 3-0. The third item that was discussed was Jamie said there were 2 local banks who had approached her with whom we did not currently have banking agreements. Our current agreements are good through 2021, but if we want to begin doing business with these other banks, we could not unless we had an agreement. So we authorized or suggested that we do go ahead and make agreements with those banks so that we have the opportunity to enter into business agreements with them if that became a good deal for us. That also passed 3-0. And that was it.
I'm going to let you finish your, is that
Oh, that was
everything?
it. That was
You went through the waterways?
bank agreements.
Okay.
And why we had done that. So
Okay.
it gives her the opportunity to go with them.
Okay.
And that passed 3-0 as well.
Mhm.
That was all we had in the finance committee.
Okay. There we go. Jeff and I actually sat in and talked to some second graders about a month or so ago, and he is coming in because they were invited from the school and from council to come and sit in on a council meeting. So this is what we're doing. Thank you. All right, sorry for the interruption. We are going to need, movement was made in the finance committee, so do you have anybody that would like to move forward on this?
Let's see, there's 3 recommendations?
Yep.
Do we put them all together, or?
Well, the wages probably should be, I think, separate.
Okay. Okay, so,
I'll make a motion that accept the department head wages as introduced at the finance committee meeting.
I'll second.
Motion to accept the finance committee recommendation to approve the mayor recommended increases for the department heads moved by Counselor Schneider and seconded by Counselor Stiriz. Is there any discussion? Counselor Schneider?
Yes.
Counselor Stiriz?
yes.
Counselor Chamberlain?
Yes.
Counselor Stickley?
Yes.
Council President Stiriz?
Yes.
5 yeas, 0 nays, motion carries.
Okay, let's see. The wellness budget, and what was the other one?
That loans budget was.
This
Banking agreements.
Banking agreement. Can we put those two together?
Mhm.
I'll make a motion to accept the recommendations of the wellness budget and the bank authorizing about the banking agreements.
I'll second.
Okay. Motion to approve the wellness committee budget and to allow the director of finance to enter into banking agreements with the state bank and First Federal Bank. Moved by Council President Stiriz and seconded by Counselor Stiriz. Is there any discussion?
Yeah, Jamie, just to be clear, we're not creating a new line item in our budget. You're just pulling from those various departments of those who participate.
Yeah.
Okay, good deal. Thank you.
Yep. Any more discussion? Council President Stiriz?
Yes.
Counselor Stiriz?
Yes.
Counselor Chamberlain?
Yes.
Counselor Stickley?
Yes.
And Counselor Schneider?
Yes.
5 yeas, 0 nays, motion carries.
Street committee.
Okay, street committee met last Thursday at 7:34 a.m. Probably would have been 7:30 if I'd been on time, but it was 7:34. There was a request for a blind crossing signs on Clinton Street. A resident had requested blind crossing signs be installed at the intersection of Clinton Street and Elm Street, and also at Clinton Street and Oak Street. Mr. Richardson provided the status of the intersections in question. The committee discussed the locations and the request for the blind crossing signs, and after a little bit of discussion, the committee did not take any action on this matter. So that was about the extent of it for now.
Thank you. Okay, we are going to move on to department head reports. Chief Sluter?
Yeah, all I have is, this is National EMS Week, so if you see any of the guys, tell them thank you, National EMS Week. We're doing little promotions on our social media sites in regards to that. Township contract moving forward, and I believe Ivan spoke on that the last time he was here. I was absent at that meeting, and so we should have that wrapped up by the end of this week. And the monthly report from April, we've got finished up, and I passed it out here. So, but that's all I have, unless anybody has any questions.
Questions at all?
Is that the news crew was here covering?
I believe, yeah, they're doing a,
Little
yeah,
PR.
yep. I think it was, I think 24 News was down there.
I've seen the mugs, those are cute.
What's that?
The mugs that you guys have for the fire.
Oh, okay.
Those are really cute. Okay, Chief Torval.
All right. First off, we only had 4 so far sign up for our use of force class. So we're not doing the 29th, but we still have openings on the 22nd if anybody's interested. I believe 6 o'clock is filled, but we'll be putting on 7 and 8 if need be. Also, our Youth Police Academy, we have 6 signed up so far with a total of maximum number of 15, and with priority going to Wauseon students and then opening up to the rest of the county. Almost all the applications are out, so we do expect it to fill up. So if anybody wants to get in early if you want to reserve your spot. We have 61 so far as of a few minutes ago signed up for Safety City, about 70% funded. Still need a few more donations to come in. but the donations are rolling in, and I want to thank, our latest one was $500 from Parkview Medical Organization, so I want to thank them personally for that. Our Memorial Day Parade will be at 9:30 this Monday, starting here at the City Building, ending up at the cemetery, weather permitting. And on a personal note, the Masonic Lodge will be putting on a pancake breakfast from 8 to 9, proceeds going to the Wounded Warriors. So, if you're hungry, come early, and then you can sit out front and watch the parade. That's it, unless anyone has any questions.
How many students can the Safety City take for the 2 sessions that they?
Well, we're already up to more than we had last year, but they normally have 15 to 20 first session, and we have 4 sessions. So I suppose 80
at max.
80 is going to be pushing it. We have that up to 100, but that's when we had 2 teachers working it. So we do have a second teacher if we need to. I would like to have that problem of having
Yes.
100 kids again, but our target is 80.
Okay. Thank you.
Get those donations to who, Chief?
Either to the police department or send it to Karen Vollmer, care of Safety City.
All right, thank you.
Dennis?
Progress on getting the swimming pool open and ready for business is good. Tomorrow, we are having the State Health Department inspector come to inspect the new speed slide. Hopefully all that goes good. We've already had our local health department inspection and received our license to operate. So pending good results tomorrow, keep your fingers crossed. Everything should be fine. We've run the pump and everything, and I think everything's a-okay. So we should be good for opening on Memorial Day. And Memorial Day, as past tradition has been, will be a free day at the swimming pool. So late Friday afternoon, we will transfer all of the passes and the computer and all that stuff out to the swimming pool so that when folks come in to the pool Memorial Day and beyond that, that's where you will go to get your passes and so on, instead of up here at the city building. The Public Works Department has the open air pavilion nearly finished. Weather permitting, it'll be done also for the holiday weekend. They've got the sidewalks all poured and just have some dirt work around the sidewalks, grading and seeding to do.
Any more handprints and?
No. No, what she's referring to is the
Sidewalk going to the bathroom.
yeah, the sidewalk going to the bathrooms. The guys poured it, worked it out, went to lunch, and within the 40 minutes or so that they were gone, we already had footprints and initials in the sidewalk.
Keith.
Needless to say, go to lunch on shifts.
They were able to rub it out, so it's not an issue, but just some people. The Wabash Water Tower had its 1-year inspection. It's a maintenance thing, something that's in the contract for the painters. And it passed. Everything was a-okay after 1 year from the work being completed. Out at the water treatment plant, we had their annual inspection from OEPA. It was a partial survey this year, and the results of that were just some recommendations only. No mandates, no dings, nothing terrible from them. Encouraged us to continue on our quest to meet their asset management guidelines, but we are making substantial progress on that. And the other bigger suggestion that they had was to put up a fence around the Wabash Water Tower, which is going to be difficult. I understand their reasoning, but I don't know, we're going to look at that. It'll be pretty tight to the skate park there. I'm not sure how that'll work out, but we will consider that and move forward. That's all I have this evening.
questions for Dennis? Okay, Jamie?
The finance committee meetings discussed the bank agreements. I will have those resolutions drawn up for the next council meeting in June to have those approved. Also, our financial statements are due on May 30th. Our third-party accountant is working on those. There's just been one little hiccup with our software developer, so I'm waiting for an answer from them. And then we'll get the financial statements uploaded to the state, and then the state auditors will probably be coming in sometime in June or July to start the audit. And that's all I have for tonight.
Any questions for Jamie? All right, we're looking pretty boring on our legislation. We have nothing
Try to
under.
get Tom going.
I do, well, you know.
I'm good.
Hello.
Poor guy.
Sorry. I do that every time.
That's okay. That's
Yeah,
fine.
You just kind of need to, all right, go ahead.
I really don't have much. Was gone for a week, getting back to it. Just want to let council know that I will be turning to the draft resolution regarding the WRA and get to work on that this week and then get that sent out to council. So, other than that,
Do you have the information that you need for that draft and what council is proposing?
I'll be working off the resolution, I think, that was passed with the motion.
Okay.
And do what I can to draft something that I think is consistent with what's been asked, and then council can go from there.
Alrighty. So, back to legislation. We have nothing under first, second, and/or third reading. So, under new business, we have a motion to, we need a motion to approve the purchase of the kiddie toys for the Wauseon pool.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second that motion.
Motion to approve the purchase of the kiddie toys for the Wauseon pool moved by Council President Stiriz and seconded by Councilor Stickley. Is there any discussion? Council President Stiriz?
Yes.
Councilor Stickley?
Yes.
Councilor Chamberlain?
Yes.
Councilor Stiriz?
Yes.
And Councilor Schneider?
Yes.
5 yeas, 0 nays, motion carries.
Okay. B, the Wauseon Rollercade again has applied for a D1 liquor permit due to the fact that, from understanding, first one was not applied correctly. There were a few mistakes. So, no action on this from council, and the permit will go forward. I have one other letter that came in the mail that I received today. It's from Delta, Ohio. And it says, from Dan Miller, the mayor. Dear Mayor Huner, please find enclosed a copy of correspondence recently sent to the Wauseon Fire Department. As stated in the letter, the Village of Delta sincerely appreciates the support shown by Chief Sluter and members of the Wauseon Fire Department during the recent Eyes of Freedom event. I want to thank you and the members of Wauseon City Council. Sincerely, Dan Miller, Mayor. I also want to thank our police department because I'm not sure if you ended up going to Swanton and leading, yes?
We had an officer go to Swanton and assist with it.
At the last minute, speaking with Mr. Purcell, the State Highway Patrol kind of backed out because that's something that they no longer do is help in those kind of assist in parades. So Chief Torbett offered to have some of ours help the county deputy sheriffs to help bring them in because they had to man all the roads. So it was definitely a joint effort and work, and then our fire department took our aerial over and the flag from both ours and Delta's. Morencis. In Delta.
In Delta.
So that they could all go in there. Does anyone have a number of how many cycles there were? I heard it was over 200.
Yeah, that's all I was told. I don't know the exact number.
I don't
It's a
even know if
beautiful
they had a
night.
count.
Yeah, I don't think they did either, but they were very impressed by the reception that they got. Thank you both for that. Okay, anything else under new business?
Yeah, Mayor, the sidewalk project on Leggett Street from Chute to the school, when's that slated to be done?
I think, Dennis, you have mentioned that a couple of times, and I think the person who was requesting information on it, did you get back with her about that?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, the goal at this time is to have it done before school starts.
The park and the pavilion and the sidewalks in that area kind of jumped out in front of this concrete. I mean, possibly, you know, if anything else with concrete work jumps in front, it's gonna just delay that even that much more.
As a member of council, I would hope the administration would make that a priority as it does deal with the safety and security of our youth. Secondly, Mayor, the dugout tops to the north end of Biddle Park, that's something we budgeted for in 2018 and we budgeted for again in 2019. Any idea when those would be done?
I have no idea about those, Shane. I can ask and find out and get back to you.
The reason why I ask also about that sidewalk project is that that's something we budgeted for in 2018 and then again in 2019 as well, so.
I do remember in the minutes when we talked about it that it was gonna get pushed back because of the project of the pool coming forward and council wishing for the Public Works to be able to lay that concrete. And we were in a rush to get that one done as well, plus they want sidewalks around. So all of that kind of went in front because of the precedent of wanting to get this done. The pavilion, the sidewalks in Reardon and stuff kind of jumped in front of that one. And I agree with you that it needs to get done, but Public Works can only do so much. Plus, we haven't even gotten to our own sidewalks that need to be taken care of in town. Might be a job that we might have to contract out.
Oh, no doubt. The load that we ask of our public works staff
It's
is
a lot.
tremendous. I'm not done. Is tremendous. And if it's something that we do need to hire out, it's something that hopefully the administration would consider doing.
I think it's already under discussion.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Okay, anything else? Okay, so I am going to ask council for approval of the bills, please.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Motion to approve and pay the bills is presented, moved by Counselor Schneider and seconded by Council President Stiriz. Is there any discussion? Counselor Schneider?
Yes.
Council President Stiriz?
Yes.
Counselor Stickley?
Yes.
Counselor Chamberlain?
Yes.
And Counselor Stiriz. 5 yeas, 0 nays, motion carries.
We have a motion for adjournment, please.
I'll make that motion. We want a second? Second.
Motion to adjourn moved by Council President Stiriz and seconded by Counselor Stiriz. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you.